Raise your hand if music or art has had an influence on your life thus far. Now, those of you who didn't raise your hand, you realize that lying goes against the honor code, right? Art has a huge effect on all of our lives. It's all around us. Listening to music during study hall, singing loudly and off-key in the shower, even seeing an advertisement in a magazine, all show how much art influences us. Some people are enjoyers of art, and then there are those who are performers. I fall into the latter category. I used to go to a public school where, when the budget was made, art was barely on the list to be funded. Those of you who know me know that I am very involved in the arts here at SMS. It's a true passion of mine, but in my middle school, one could only sign up for chorus, band, or art. In high school, the only course available was beginning art, in which the teacher printed images off the internet for students to trace. Being in a school in a town where music lessons were unheard of, it made me feel trapped. I came home with nothing to do but homework and had nothing to look forward to but school the next day. I was unhappy, disrespectful to my parents, bored, and snippy with my sisters. In 8th grade, my parents signed me up for a voice lesson, probably just to get me off the couch. From there, I found a love of performing. I started taking piano along with voice and performed at any opportunity I could find. My dad even drove me to theaters as far as an hour away for play auditions and rehearsals. Performing on stage, entertaining people, and hearing the applause gave me a rush of happiness that I honestly cannot describe. My little sister, Eliza, says to this day that I'm not nearly as awful as I used to be. Performing turned my life around for the better. Arts education is extremely important, not only because of my passion, but because of what it does for people. Despite its benefits, and I'll get to those later, many schools either restrict or completely omit them. Due to budget cuts, many schools across the United States are cutting art programs. Though this problem has been commonly recognized in recent years because of the recession, this has been a problem for far longer. According to the New York Times, in 1989, 43% of people had never taken an art lesson. And when they say art, they mean any form, visual, performing, or other. No Child Left Behind has a vendetta against art programs, measuring students' worth in standardized tests in math, reading, and certain sciences. Though over 90% of school superintendents say that all area of art is important in life and employment, the number of high schools that require art courses are shockingly low. Only 4% of high schools require drama classes, 7% require visual arts classes, and 17% require music classes. Why are so many people against art programs when they have so many benefits? So, what exactly are the benefits of art programs? Art education improves test scores. Learning to play an instrument teaches your brain new movements and activities and is proven to increase the learner's IQ by up to 5 points. Students who participate in arts for only 4 years score an average of 100 points better on the SAT than a student who has not been involved in the arts. A student involved in arts is 4 times more likely to be recognized for academic achievement than one who is not exposed to the arts. There is a direct correlation between learning music and theater and test scores in reading and math tests. Schools with art programs have a smaller gap in grades between high and low income students, and schools with art programs have better attendance records. Our programs help to keep high-risk students from dropping out of school. At my old school, many people dropped out of school the moment they turned 16. Would this number have been smaller if there had been a substantial arts program? Not only do the arts help us academically, they help us emotionally and physically as well. In a study at Oxford University, several physical and emotional benefits to performing music, whether at church or in a stadium of 1 million people, were discovered. When playing music, the brain releases endorphins, or hormones whose main function is to make you happy. Many psychologists describe this as a post-performance high, where the performer feels a sense of well-being and happiness. It was also discovered that people who sing regularly, even only in church, have higher pain tolerance. Students learn to express themselves more creatively, and they learn new forms of communication outside of words or numbers. Art, no matter what form, gives youth a positive outlet for emotions. Whenever I feel stressed or upset, for instance, when writing my junior speech, I head over to Bratton and play piano or sing in one of the practice rooms. Soon I feel better, inspired, or at least frustrated at a new piano piece instead of whatever I was frustrated at before. When it comes to public education, politicians and legislators need to open their eyes and see that arts education is nothing but beneficial for schools and students. They need to be funded just as much as reading, math, and science currently are. If they were funded more, they could change the lives of millions just as they have changed mine.